picks it up, tosses to McCarthy, and Missouri is out. That ball was hit right smack on the nose, and the applause is for that stop of Carl Hubble. No runs, no hits, no errors, no score at the conclusion of 2 innings. Lawrence.
I'm almost sorry, Tom, that we brought up that matter of the no assist in that inning, since there was nothing else from there on. But it was an oddity that we got into as far as the last half of the second inning without having one of the infielders handle the ball on the ground and have to throw to first base. It seems to me now that the game has definitely settled down into a warfare between the pitchers, which of course lives up to all the specifications of the experts going into the series. They recognize that Gomez was the superior pitcher in his league, and there is no doubt in anybody's mind about Carl Hubble's place in the National League. And so far, there hasn't been very much of anything between the two of them. It's been strictly a pitcher's battle so far, and now we have to sit around here for a while and just wait and see what the break is going to be. And in this sort of a ball game, one never knows when it might pop out. All right, Tom.
Going into the first half of the third inning. In the National League entry, the Giants coming to bat. And their second baseman, Burgess Whitehead. Burgess, 26 years old this year. He hit .286. Lefty Gomez winds up. Ball on. Burning fastball over the plate, but too low. One hit apiece so far. There's a bounding ball through the box. A 12 stop by Cosetti to throw. He's out. A beautiful play by Frankie Cosetti. That was a pounding ball just out of the reach of Lefty Gomez. Frankie Cosetti was off for the crack of the bat, took that ball right over the second base cushion, right on the air, flipped it over to Lou Gehrig for the put out. The applause is for Carl Hubble. Listen to him. Carl Hubble, you know, pitches left-handed and bats him right-handed. 1 out, nobody on. A foul upstairs. Well, there wasn't much of a scramble for that ball. It was popped right into the waiting hands of a gentleman who I do not believe is going to toss it back. Here we go. Ball inside. Sharp breaking hook ball, just a little bit close. And the count is ball 1 and strike 1 on Carl Hubble. Inside, and it's ball 2. Lefty Gomez had plenty on that one. Getting quite dark here at Yankee Stadium in New York. Decided advantage, I'd say, for Lefty Gomez. Fireball pitcher. There's a long smash going out to right field. Stelter going back near the wall and makes the catch. That ball was hit exactly 340 feet from home plate. Stelter taking that ball just about 4 feet in front of the barrier out in deep right field. Mr. Hubble tagged that ball very, very well. It was a base hit in an awful lot of ballparks, but not here in Spaces Yankee Stadium. 2 out. First half of the third inning, no score as yet. Once more at the top of the batting order coming up. It's Joe Moore. Last time up he was out, Gehrig unassisted. A strike called. Lefty Gomez pitching, and Bill Dickey the catcher. Coming. Ball 2. Another sharp breaking curveball is outside. Correction, ball 1, strike 1. Ball 2. Fastball over the plate, but just a little bit low. And it's ball 2 and strike 1. Lefty thought that one was good enough. Here's the windup. Ball 2 and strike 1. Foul back. And the count is 2 and 2. Joe Moore coming up for the second time. Leadoff man of the Giants. The first time up he was out. Gehrig unassisted. After the up tossed that ball to Dickey, the Yankees whipped it around the infield. Lefty Gomez taking his glove off. Now he's putting it back on in the box. And here we go. Ball 2, strike 2. Oh, a hot smash right back to Gomez. A similar play that ended the Yankees' time at bat. A hard smash through the box that Lefty Gomez grabbed with his glove hand, tossed over to first for the putout. No runs, no hits, no errors. Mr. Brown.
All right, Mr. Manning. The surprising thing, I think, of these last two innings as far as the Yankees are concerned is their presentation in a new light. Heretofore, all of us that have been writing and talking about the Yankees have been mentioning their power at the plate. These last two innings have shown them to be a very snappy defensive ball club. Every one of those plays in the last inning and every one of the plays in the second inning was a very deftly handled ball by whether it was outfielders or infielders. That play that Frank Rossetti made down in second base there was, I think, the most spectacular one so far. The outfield has certainly performed up to a standard that we didn't expect since we regarded them strictly as hitters. All right, Scott.
That round of applause that's seeping through your loudspeaker now is for El Doobie Gomez, who's pitching this afternoon for the Yankees. Well, Lefty doesn't get very many base hits during the regular season. When he gets one, it's always the most colorful picture. That happens to happen this afternoon when Brian watches every move and transmit it to you. Last half of the third inning, we have no score as yet. The Yanks coming to bat. And the pitcher, Lefty Gomez, who bats him and throws him left-handed. Hubble. Pounding ball down to Whitehead. An easy chance to play to McCarthy, and Gomez is out. It was a rather feeble swing that Lefty took at that ball. Nice easy hopper that Burgess Whitehead took knee high and tossed it over to Johnny McCarthy for the out. Again, the top of the Yankee batting order coming up. Frankie Cosetti, one of the three Italian boys that play on the Yankee team. Then Cuso and Chiozza, the Italian boys in the Giant team. Last time up, Cosetti drew a base on ball. The pitch, ball one. It's low outside. This is the first game of the World Series. Boys will play 4 out of 7. 2 here at Yankee Stadium, and then we move over to the Polo Ground. There we go. Strike called. Kyle had a fastball in there, right over the heart of the plate, struck high. A called strike, and the count is ball 1 and strike 1. Last half of the third inning. Yankees batting, 1 out, nobody on. It is ball 2. That was over the plate, a little bit too low, and the count is ball 2 and strike 1. Red Rolf, third baseman, hit back. Frankie Cosetti, right-hand batter, is up. Ball 2 and strike 1. It is inside, ball 3. Frankie Cosetti is a tough little boy to pitch to. Always wiggling up there, giving the pitcher no target to shoot at. One out, nobody on. Hubble winds up at ball 3 and strike 1. It's in there, a called strike. Kyle had that one in there, fell high and right over the heart of the plate. Frank Rossetti elected to work out the swing, and the count is ball 3 and strike 2. 3 and 2, and this is the big one. Winding up. There's a long drive going to left field. It's foul by 1 foot. Cleared down in the corner. Everybody jumped to their feet. We waited for a moment to make sure that that ball was outside, not more than a foot down the left field corner, and that perhaps is the hardest hit ball of the afternoon. That count 3 and 2. Carl Hubble came in there with a fastball, much to the liking of Frank Rossetti, who had a toe hold in anticipation of just that kind of a pitch, and he nailed it. A low line drive that went lickety-scoop down on that left field corner and was fouled by not more than a foot. Bit of umpiring there by Phil Stewart. He certainly was on that play. Ready to go. 3 and 2 the count. Foul high. Mancuso ripped off his mask, started back, but it's in the stands. Frankie Cosetti has a count of ball 3 and strike 2. Red Ormsby, umpire behind the plate this afternoon. Each time he tosses that ball out, the boys sort of dirty it up a little bit with a little of that infield dirt. Ready to go again. Hubble has the ball. Ball 3 and strike 2. Bounded down third. Is fouled by not too much. So close to being a fair ball that fell out, grabbed it, flipped it over to first base. Frankie has his eye on that hot corner. Frankie's a little fellow, not very heavy, but he certainly can pull those balls down toward third base. Playing the last half of the third inning. Yankees at bat with one out, nobody on. Frankie Crosetti up with a full count. There's the windup. Fly ball going out to left field. Joey Moore didn't move very much, and he has it. Frank Crosetti is a lone left field hitter. Joey Moore, the giant left fielder, was playing out there pretty near to the track. Only moved about 4 or 5 yards to make that catch. Now we have 2 out. Nobody on. Red Rolfe at bat. One of the 2 trips to the plate, Crosetti drew a base on balls and fly to Joe Moore in left field. Red Rolfe up. Last time up, he struck out. 2 out, nobody on. Hubble winds up. It's a ball. Sweeping curveball, not too fast. Missed the outside corner, and the count on Rolfe is ball 1. Not quite as dark here now as it was while the Giants were at bat. No sunshine or anything like that, but brightening up a little bit. He cut that one down left field, but it's curving foul into the stands, and the count is ball 1 and strike 1. Red Rolfe is back in the batter's box. Again, Carl Hubble has a new ball. That's the cleanest looking ball that we've seen out there this afternoon. Ball 1 and strike 1, 2 out, and nobody on. Fly ball going out to left field. Joey coming over to the line under it. He takes it, and that's all for the Yankees in the third inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1.
There's no reason to suspect, Tom, that these pitchers aren't still in complete control of the ball game. Hubble has been almost perfect, I might say, since the first inning. Outside of Frank Crosetti, who hit a ball rather sharply into left field, and Rolfe, who just hit a dinky fly out to Joe Moore. None of the others have been able to get the ball past the infield. Hubble seems to have recovered whatever lack of control it was that he started out at in the game. He's getting that ball just about where he wants it. And with these 2 clubs having a pretty good understanding of such weaknesses, if weaknesses exist in the other side's offensive array, why, I think Carl will go along pretty well. He seems to be perfectly self-contained, whereas Gomez, on the other hand, is just as effective and seems to be perfectly content with the way things are going on. I don't know that I blame him. All right, Tom.
All right, we're going into the first half of the 4th inning. We ought to get a bit of excitement now on both sides. We have Bartell, Ott, Lieber coming up for the Giants. And in the 4th inning, all the Yankees will have coming up will be DiMaggio, Gehrig, and Dick. Group coaching at first and Snyder at third for the Giants. Here we go. Bartell up. Gets the first ball pitch. A mighty drive going deep. Hope going back on the cinder track, and he has it. 1 out. Dick Bartell, as I told you in the first inning, he's a long left field hitter. He got a hold of that first ball pitch. It was a high ball, about letter high. Stepped into it, drove it deep out into left field with Holt, who was playing deep, running back near the cinder track and making the catch. Now we have Melvin Ott coming up. Mel is 28 years old. He batted .294 this year. Last time up, he flied to the first baseman, Lou Gehrig. The first pitch, ball 1. Sharp breaking curve ball that was low outside to a left-hand hitter. Ball 2. Fastball right under Mel's chin. Stepped away from the plate. Now the count is 2-0. First half of the 4th inning. There's a bounding ball through the box. Lazeri goes over, makes the play. It's close. He's out. Boy, what a play that was by Tony Lazeri. That was a bounding ball over the head of Lefty Gomez. Tony Lazeri running away from first base. Grabbed that ball to his right. Then leaped, pivoted, shot the ball over to Lou Gehrig, just ahead of Mel Ott, only by about 1 step. 2 outs, nobody on. Beautiful play by Tony, the best play of the game so far. Hank Weaver is up. Right-hand hitter, strike, he swings and misses. 2 very beautiful infield plays there, one by Crosetti and this one by Tony Lazzari. Strike 1, Weaver hitting. Strike 2, makes a mighty cut at that sharp-breaking curveball, swung over it, and it's strike 2. The high infield fly ball and back of second base. Lazzari, the gel for it, under it, he has it. That's all for the Giants in the 4th inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1.
All right, Tom, the thing that I've been waiting for since this World Series game began just appeared out there now. We've heard tell throughout the summer that maybe Tony Lazzari, the veteran of many a campaign up here with the Yankees, was slowing down a little bit. Well, he certainly gave no evidence in that play that he made out there in this last inning when he ranged over back at second base and came up with a ball. The fact that he got in front of the ball was not so much a part of the play as his ability to throw while definitely out of position. He was getting rid of that ball almost while he was running straight away from where he had to throw it. And the two activities combined gives Tony at the present time the lead for the spectacular fielding in this series. All right, Tom, here's Joe DiMaggio now.
All right, the big guns of the Yankees. One of the big reasons why the Yankees are so far out in front in the American League. DiMaggio, Gehrig, and Dickey. Guy at outfield playing way back. Jimmy Ripple is standing clear out the other side of the track, standing out there about 360 feet from home plate, waiting for DiMaggio to hit. Here we go, Hubble pitching. Ball 1. Sharp breaking curveball. 1 foot outside. Left fielder Joe Moore is playing right on the track. He's approximately 380 feet from home plate. Certainly play Joe DiMaggio deep, and they should. The pounding ball between first and second. Right hit coming over. The throw, he's out. Joe hit that ball right on the tip of his bat, and it was a sizzling little grounder down between first and second. Looked for a moment. As if he had a chance to beat it out. The plate hit his fast, came over, scooped the ball up, got it to Johnny McCarthy at first, and DiMaggio is out. Lou Gehrig up. Last time up, Lou Gehrig got a hold of the ball, but he hoisted it much too high, giving center fielder Hank Weaver a chance to get under it for the put-up. Pitcher, Carl Hubble, wiping the perspiration from his brow. Now he's ready to go. Gehrig, the hitter, left-hand batter. Out. Strike called. Boy, fella Hubble certainly had a lot on that one. Fastest ball he's tossed all afternoon, right over the heart of the plate. There it is. Outside. Ball 1, strike 1. Heart sort of begins to beat double quick time when this baby Gehrig steps up to that plate. What a picture. Big broad shoulders and big strong arms. 1-1. Foul. Clear over the stands. Over and back of first base. It's quite a hoist to get it over the stands here at Yankee Stadium with 3 decks, you know. Strike 2, ball 1. Batting in the 4th inning, and it's quite a ball game. A pitcher's battle so far, each side having 1 base hit. DiMaggio getting a hit for the Yanks, and Bartell for the Giants. Strike 2 and ball 1. Inside, driving Gehrig away from the plate, and the count is ball 2 and strike 2. Catcher Bill Dickey hanging around home plate. He'll be next. Bartell is playing over almost in back of second base. Whitehead has shifted over between first and second. McCarthy playing 2 yards from the line. Here we go. Strike 3. Gehrig swung at a bad ball, missed it funny, and it's a strikeout. Now Hubble came in there fast with a sharp breaking curveball. Looked like it was coming over the heart of the plate. Gehrig started the swing and apparently tried to hold the swing, but he was going in there so hard unable to hold it, and swung around, missing that ball by several feet. Looked kind of bad on that one. For a strikeout, 2 gone, and nobody out. Always a picture with that Gehrig at that plate. And that was a real picture, and Warren will tell you about it in a moment. All right, Phil Dickey up, 2 outs, nobody out. It's in there for a called strike. You'll notice that when Dickey came to bat, Hubble shot the first ball in there, a straight ball with all the speed that he has at his command, keeping the ball just a little above the knee. Full, good pitcher. The bounder down first, McCarthy has it. McCarthy running to the bag for the put out, unassisted. No runs, no hits, no errors, no score at the conclusion of 4 innings.
Tom, the interesting thing to me in that inning was at the time that Gehrig was at the bat, I happened to be looking down into the Giant dugout, and Bill Terry is down there sort of out in front of his players, and to distinguish him from the rest of them, he has a towel around his neck. I've been trying to figure out for several innings why that was, but I gathered he was waving his outfielders around, particularly his center fielder, Hank Lieber. He was steering him around with the aid of his arm and the towel, and I can see now that the distance that these Giant outfielders play away from the plate and naturally away from their own dugout with Gehrig at the plate, it's no wonder that Bill needs a towel around his neck. From that distance, one Giant looks the same as another. This is the first time that I've noticed Terry taking that active part in the direction of his outfielders during the progress of play, but it was quite interesting to me. All right, Tom, here comes the next one.
Now we're going into the first half of the 5th inning. Fans are beginning to root in unison. This time it happens to be for the Giants. Warren, I thought Carl Hubble was getting a little better as he moves along. What's your opinion of that?
Well, he broke off at Gehrig. I think, Tom, was the finest breaking curve that was thrown by either one of these pitchers this afternoon. At least that was the way it looked to me. It didn't start out as a bad pitch, but it broke so sharply that it made Gehrig look bad. Didn't you think so?
Yes, sir. Well, here we go. Jimmy Ripple. Right fielder, first man up. Ball 1. Third ball was outside. Last time up, Ripple flied to left field. Selkirk has moved back over the cinder track. Joe DiMaggio has moved over right center field. Strike. Call. Ball 1, strike 1. Lefty Gomez pitching. Drive down the left, it's foul. Roar goes up from the crowd there. Some of the fans are on a different angle than we are. Takes a little longer to see whether that ball is curving foul or not. All right, it's strike 2 and ball 1. First half of the 5th inning, no scorers yet. Each of the teams, the Giants and Yanks, have made 1 hit. Ball 2, a fast ball that knocked Jimmy Ripple down. That's the first one of the batters that was knocked down this afternoon, getting out of the way of the ball. Ball 2 and strike 2. Lefty Gomez pitching, Bill Dickey catching. 2 and 2. The foul back, and the count remains 2 and 2. Ripple got a piece of a good curveball from Gomez that time. Well pitched ball. It was breaking over the outside corner. Umpire tossed out a new ball. Gave it to Dickey. Dickey shot it down the Rolfe. Rolfe got some dirt, rubbed it up, and now Ormsby has asked for the ball again. Tosses out another ball. He's telling Bill Dickey now, stop throwing that ball in the dirt. Just a little by-play by the boys, nothing serious. Yanks threw that ball around the infield. Now Gomez has it. We're ready to go again. Jimmy Ripple, the hitter. There's a base knock into right field, a line drive. Man's out there. Selkirk has it, but so is the second. Ripple stopping at first. Second Giant hit of the afternoon. That counts 2 and 2. Lefty Gomez came in there with a straight ball inside. Ripple pulled away and pulled the ball with it to right field for a base knock. Johnny McCarthy coming up, the first baseman. Johnny's a pretty tall boy, bats and throws left-handed. Last time up, fly to Terry. first pitch, plenty wide of the plate. A beautiful stop by Bill Dickey. Ball one. It was a curved ball that started to break over the outside corner. By the time it was finished, it was on the outside of the right-handed batter's box. Here it comes. Ball two. Again, it's outside. You'll notice from the yelling that there are a lot of Giant fans here in Yankee Stadium this afternoon. There's the grounder down. He gets all out to right field. And Ripple has found the second. There's the throw. The throw is cut off by Cosetti. Ripple goes to third. And McCarthy stops at first. That was a hot splash between Lazzari and Gehrig. Lazzari coming over fast. It was scored as a base hit. A base hit for McCarthy. Ground ball that Lazzari came over. He was able to touch that ball, but unable to hold it. The ball rolled out to right field. This is the first scoring threat of the afternoon. The Giants have runners on first and third. Nobody out, and Gus Mancuso coming up. The pitcher again, McCarthy is on first. Ripple is on third base. Gomez pitching. Mancuso up. That was a pitch out. Because though Ripple was too far off third base, perhaps the Yankees were expecting a squeeze play or something that time. Anyway, Dickey wanted to find out, and inside baseball, he called for a pitch out. Here it is. The ball upstairs, strike. Ball one and strike one. Gus Mancuso, the Giant catcher, is a right-hand batter. Last time up, he flied to right field. First half of the fifth inning. No scorers yet. And the Giants have runners on first and third. Ripple on third, McCarthy on first. Ball one, strike one. Here it is. Strike two. A beautifully pitched ball right under the handle of the bat. Over the inside corner with Mancuso taking a terrific cut. It's strike two and ball one. Johnny McCarthy staying pretty close to first base. Luke Gehrig's holding him on there. Here it is. It's a long drive to right field going foul. It is. It's foul in the stands, and the count remains 2-1. Mancuso reaching outside for that pitch. The Yankees have tossed that ball around the infield. Not very rapidly, but each one of them feeling the ball. The Yankee infield is playing back. Going to give up that run on third base apparently. Here's the pitch. Another foul. That one's upstairs. Upstairs and back at first base. Gus Mancuso, the batter, at strike two and ball one. Take a look at that picture for you. Second base combination, Cosetti and Lazzari are playing pretty deep. Red Rolfe is playing deep enough. Gehrig is right on the bag holding McCarthy there. Gomez tosses over to Gehrig, so to have Harded. Just letting McCarthy know that he's in there. It's strike two and ball one. Mancuso up. Gomez stretches. Here it is. The ground ball down to Cosetti. Cosetti to Lazzari. Out at second. Out at first. A double play. And Ripple crosses the plate. And they got that with Ripple on third base. McCarthy on first. Mancuso hits a ground ball to Cosetti. Cosetti picked it up. Tossed to Lazzari. Getting McCarthy. Lazzari to Gehrig. Getting Mancuso. A double play. And the score. The Giants 1. The Yankees 0. Burgess Whitehead coming up. The Giants' second baseman, right-hand batter. Last time up, he was out short to first. The pitch right down the alley, a called strike. Lefty Gomez, you know, the fans throughout the circuit haven't appreciated the fireball that he possesses, but he's got a lot of it. Outside, and it's a ball. Ball one and strike one. Many of the ball players have said that Gomez has a ball. He throws just quick and as fast as Bob Feller or lefty Bob throws. Ball one and strike one. There's a long smash to right field. It's foul by 2 yards down the right field corner. Again, the fans jump to their feet on that line smash by Burgess Whitehead. Warren, I believe we've had more shots down the foul lines in this particular game than any game we've seen in a long time. Is that right?
Yeah, don't they, Tom?
Ready to go again. Gomez has the glove off for a moment, and the count is strike two and ball one. First half of the fifth inning. The Giants batting 2 out, nobody on. The windup. There's a base knock over Gehrig's head down in the right field corner. Ball carries off the wall. He's going to second. There's the throw. He goes into second standing up. And the first extra base hit of the World Series in 1937. And the third giant hit of this inning. First half of the fifth. Now we have Carl Hubble, the giant pitcher, coming up. It was a mighty wallop by Burgess Whitehead. A line drive. It was about 15 feet over the head of first baseman Lou Gehrig, and the ball going down into the right field corner. It hit the barrier down there 296 feet from home plate and grounded out to Georgie Selkirk, but it was ample time for Whitehead to reach second base standing up. The fourth hit of the ball game, the third hit of the first half of the fifth inning for the National League Giants. Here's the pitch to Hubble. He hits the first ball, down the foul line, and again it's foul. Listen, Warren, I don't want the radio audience to think I'm kidding. You tell me about that.
That's right. That one just missed, and it looked like a cinch hit. And then when it started, Tom, that's been going on all afternoon. Right down those foul lines on both sides of the field.
Well, it was so good that Carl Hubble was all the way down to first on his way to second anyway. One thing I don't like about radio announcers is to kid you out there, you know, and make you believe that there's no chance of a base hit when there isn't. Here's the pitch, going again. There's a bounding ball to Gehrig. Gehrig comes up with it. Steps on the bag for the put-out unassisted. That's all for the Giants in the fifth inning. 1 run, 3 hits, and no error. We've completed 4.5 innings of this first game of the Blue Ribbon Classic. This is Tom Manning speaking. I've enjoyed it thoroughly working with you, Warren, and broadcasting for you, the radio audience. And the remaining part of the ball game will be broadcast by Red Barber of Cincinnati, Ohio. But before Red comes in, Warren Brown.
All right, Tom. Well, we certainly had a little excitement in that inning, and looking back at it, it was a good thing that Joe McCarty, directing the Yankees, decided to play his infield back for the double play and sort of spot the Giants at 1 run, because after Whitehead's 2 base hit came along, there were 2 out at the time, and it looked as though the Giants were on their way to a big inning. The interesting thing about the inning was that those 2 hits which started it were both made by left-hand hitters, and both of them were able to pull the ball into right field. And doing that off the left-hand pitcher, Gomez, that would indicate that maybe they are gradually catching up with lefty. He was hit rather hard in that inning, and of course he was very fortunate in one way that there was only 1 run scored. And 1 run, as we all know, against the Yankees is not supposed to be much runs. However, they don't see Hubble every day. All right, Red, glad to see you down here.
Well, thanks a lot, Warren, and needless for me to say, I'm glad to be here. 1-0 favor the Giants with the Yankees up in the last of the fifth inning. Carl Hubble doesn't have to have anyone tell him that he has a lead of 1 run. He's used to having to work that way with the Giants. He's pitching now to Holt, who hits the first pitch high and short out into left center. Bartell backs back, drives everyone away, waits under it, and takes it. Noel Holt, the right-hand hitter, went after Hubble's first pitch, popped it up to Dick Bartell, who went back into short left center field. And it is 1 up, 1 away, last of the fifth inning. Hubble has now retired the last 12 Yankees in a row. So far, he's pitching a 1-hitter. It is 1-0 favor of the Giants. Gomez retired 11 Giants in a row before Ripple first stepped in the fifth inning single to start off New York 1-run inning. The only score so far in the 1937 World Series. Up there now is George Selkirk, strong left-hand batter, takes outside, ball 1. A curve thrown by left-handed pitcher to a left-hand hitter that broke off just around the knees. Selkirk pitches up his trousers, loops his shoulders a little. He's turned toward right field. The Giants are playing him as a full hitter, out of the fence deep and pulled around toward right. Hubble out of his stretch delivers. This one's a curve low outside under the knees for ball 2. 2-0 to Twinkle-Toe Selkirk, the young man who had perhaps the hardest spot ever to fill in baseball when it was his job to take over right field when Babe Ruth hung up his spikes as far as the Yankees were concerned. Selkirk pumping that stick lazily down once, twice. Hubble set in with it, swung on and missed for strike 1. Selkirk didn't like that one. After he swung and didn't get it, he beat his heavy end of the bat down onto the plate as if to say, there was my cousin pitching, I didn't claim kin with it. 1 out, nobody on. Last of the fifth, Giants leading 1-0. Hubble down, ball 3, just missing the outside. Hubble has given us a sight of that famous screwball just 1 time. That is, it really counts this afternoon. The 1 time he exploded it was when he struck out Gehrig. in the fourth inning. Hubble taking his time, looks into the dirt now after getting the sign, straightens up, swinging stretch, eases it down with a great left arm. The pitch is swung. 3-2. There is a change of pace curveball twisting its way down in there. Not every ball that looks a little backward thrown by Hubble is his screwball, because he throws such an assortment that a lot of his curves breaking down would sail. When you really see that screwball, you know it. The pitch is hit a high fly ball into short right field. Back goes second baseman Whitehead. Under it comes Ripple, and it's Ripple for the catch. That one went about 2 miles. One up and one down. Whitehead was all the way back out in a pretty bad piece of right field. He had to make up his mind first that he'd take it, then second that he wouldn't. Ripple, waiting right there, came in for the kill. 2 away for the Yankees. Last of the fifth inning. Giants out front 1-0. The hitter is Tony Lazari. We'll have McCarthy drive through him in the fifth inning. Most important base hit of the afternoon. So that sent Ripple around the third. Lazari in a crouch, stroking that stick sharply. Right-hand batter swings and fouls it into the dirt. Mancuso retrieves. Strike one. We have both pitchers left-handers today, and both of them flirting with Lady Luck, as both are wearing 11. However, the dame cannot smile both ways at the same time. Hubble has never lost an opening World Series game, and Gomez has never lost a World Series game. So somebody is going to get hurt before this day is over. Hubble pitching to Lazari. Ball strike 2. He picks up the inside corner just under the letters. Right over the short rib. Nothing in 2. 2 out, nobody on. Last of the fifth inning. Giants ahead 1-0. Outfield sharply toward left. Playing Lazari as an out-and-out full hitter. The pitch is into the dirt in front of the plate. Ball 1. The first time that Hubble has thrown anything that looked wildly. However, that's not a wild pitch. A wild pitch is only so scored when there's a runner on base to advance and take advantage of it. Just ball 1. 1-2. Hubble has retired the last 13 Yankees in a row, giving up just 1 hit, 1 base on balls, and that's coming in the first inning. First third of the first inning. Up into his swinging stretch, delivers outside, a curve that did not come down and in to a right-hand hitter thrown by a left-hander. 2-2. Down at shortstop, Purple box, Dick Bartell, fidgeting with his uniform, putting his cap down. Mellot, the reformed right fielder who's done a great job at third base, moves a little dirt, smooths out his terrain around him. He's pulled over pretty close to the foul line. Whitehead is over almost back at second base. There's the 2-2 pitch. Swung on and missed for strike 3. That's the third strikeout for Carl Hubble. As for the first time pitching with a 1-run lead, he makes it look just that much better. Bob has now retired the last 14 men in a row. We pause for station identification.
Back at the Yankee Stadium and in the NBC booth at the top of the stand looking over the World Series. And the strong point about Hubble now, since Red has told you how he's been mowing everybody down since the first inning, is that in these latter states, it seems to me he's making the Yankees hit at bad ball. That last pitch on which Tony Lazari struck out wasn't a very good pitch, but he lashed at it rather wildly. That would indicate to me that Hubble has the boys on the hip, and nothing but a break is going to beat him so far. But we'll see. All right, then.
Thank you, Warren. It's the top of the Giant batting order up in the sixth inning. Joe Moore coming up for his third time, and he so far hasn't gotten the ball out the infield. Hitting left-handed, he takes outside, just missing by a hair for ball 1. Joe first up in this ball game, grounded out to Gehrig unassisted, then hit back to Gomez in the third inning. The pitch, strike 1 call. 1-1. Joe Moore standing deep in batter's box and close over to catcher Bill Dickey, who remains down in his crouch, now straightens up, sets his mitt as a target. Swung on and fouled into the upper deck of the stands in back of third base. Going for a high outside pitch. Joe didn't pull it enough, and it's 1-2. First man up in the sixth inning. Gomez pitching behind now as the Giants lead him 1-0. The outfield is toward right. Moore swings, hits it right back through the middle, safely through into center field. A ground single back past the mound over second and out into center field for hit number 5 for the Giants and hit number 6 of this first game of the 1937 World Series. Joe Moore singles right through the middle. And with nobody out for New York, top of the 6th, the Giants already ahead 1-0. Moore leads down off first. Gehrig has to hold the inside corner, and Dick Bartell, who got the first hit of the series, has 1 for 2 is up. Takes inside, throws against him, ball 1. Gomez coming down with a fastball just under the waist on the inside. Bartell stands, turns toward right field, so when he steps in on the pitch, he throws toward short. Gomez delivers. Bartell swinging, hits a high fly ball into right field. Selkirk waiting in the middle of the track for it and has it. Halfway down to second, Joe Moore turns at the catch and retreats back to first base. 1 out, top of the 6th. Stepping up is Melvin Ott, who was a New York Giant regular at the age of 17, and he's been ever since. Ott stands just as close to catch a Dickey as he can get. Outfield toward right. Mel swings and misses, and he took his cut. One that came down under the shoulders on the inside. Dan hitter up against a left-handed pitcher. Gomez drives up the left hand, rubbing it across his shirt, takes the sign hurriedly, sets in pitcher position, throws out of the shoulder, fastball wide, and it's 1-1. One away. Joe Moore, very fleet, knows his way around those bases, leading down off first. Talking Luke Gehrig, the endurance player of all baseball, goes the corner against him. Luke coaching back at first. Mr. Ott is strike 2 called. A lead sharp hook down just above the knee. You see these fastballs thrown by Gomez, and then you look at him, slender, willowy, bending himself into a pencil piquet when he throws, and you wonder where he gets the strike. Ott swinging, it's a high foul up and back into the upper deck. Yankee Stadium has the ground floor, the first level, then a mezzanine, and then a still higher upper deck. So it's 3 floors of spectators. Not quite a sellout. A few hundred seats are left. Outfield toward right on Ott, who leans back from one under the chin. Count levels off at 2-2. One away during the top of the 6th. Gomez looks out toward the scoreboard to check himself. Ott waiting. The 2-2 pitch is swung on, lifted high and foul. Dickey coming back underneath it, over by the Giant dugout, and makes the catch. 1 step out in front of the Giant bats. Resting in their box right in front of New York's dugout. Now that's 2 away in the top of the 6th. Joe Moore, who opened up with a single through the middle, is still at first base. Hank Lieber, who's been given chance after chance by Bill Terry, who's received another strong vote of confidence from Boss Bill by starting him in this first of the 1937 Fall Classic games, is now coming up for his 3rd time. Lieber was struck out by Gomez to end the first inning. Then he popped up to second base in the 4th to Lazari. Now he's up for his 3rd trip, 0 for 2. The outfield deeper out toward left. Swinging, fouled it straight back onto the screen. Strike 1. Hank, big, blonde. When you look at him, nobody has to tell you that he was one time a fullback. He's built that way. Right-hand hitter who cowtails that war club and swings from his heels on up and out. 2 away, and Joe Moore ready to go on anything, leading down off first. 270 feet away. Lieber steps back out of the box, thinking Gomez taking too much time. Lefty, very, very nervous. The perfect antithesis of Hubble, even though they're both left-handed. Delivers outside. 1-1. Fastball streaking down. Wasn't quite even close. Lieber steps back out of the box, picks up a little dirt in his right hand. Now sets. He stands right up against the plate, feet wide spread. Bat cocked way back, over his right shoulder. He swings, and it's a long belt. Deep and high out into left. Holds back under it, and takes it. That's all for the top of the 6th inning. And with the Yankees coming in for the last of the 6th, the Giants lead 1-0. As calm Carl Hubble starts pacing out toward the mound. Into the mic, Warren Brown.
All right, Red. I was going to pay particular attention to that last half inning because it was the one in which Gomez had to pitch after he was roughhoused a little bit just before that. And when Joe Moore, another left-hand hitter, led off with that single to the infield and out into center field, I began to wonder whether Gomez was losing his stuff or not. However, Lefty is still out there battling him because he recovered, and while the Giants have one run off him, they certainly haven't distinguished themselves any more than the Yankees themselves have against the pitching of Carl Hubbell. Gomez is still the effective pitcher and a great pitcher, and there's been nothing happened in this game to disprove that. As he goes through his work out there, as Red told you, he seems to be a little more busy than Hubbell is. Hubbell is certainly a very calm sort of a person, and playing behind that one-run lead, he has the advantage. All right, Red.
The applause greets the appearance of Lefty Gomez as he steps up to hit against Hubbell, first up in the last of the sixth inning. Hubbell out there pitching to protect his 1-0 advantage. Gomez hitting left-handed. Thrown out. Whitehead to McCarthy, his other time up. He ducks, hits the dirt as one comes right in at the point of his shoulder. Ball one. Well, that certainly wouldn't be the accolade that one pitcher gives another. But at any rate, it was a warm salutation. As the boys say, Gomez was low bridge. He had to pull his ears in a hurry in order to keep them both. Up now, drying off his hands, rubbing the dirt off of them. Mancuso doesn't look at all sympathetic. Squatting down in his crouch, now stands up. Gomez dries off his hands. He couldn't get them quite dry rubbing along his uniform, and one of the Giants threw them the giant batter's rosin bag, and they used it and then tossed it back. Ball one, of course. Outfield a little toward left. Tough pitching. High inside. Ball two. Mancuso turns over that ball to umpire Ormsby, who examines it, takes it out of play, and another one's put in. Turns straight back to Hubbell. 2-0 to Gomez. First up, last of the sixth inning. The Giants lead the Yankees 1-0. They got that run, top of the fifth. Hubbell decided the last 14 Yankees in a row. Hubbell delivers 2-0. Inside and high for ball three. And Hubb is behind on his control now for the first time since he walked Crescenti. First up against him in the ball game. Earl Combs coaching back of third. Coaching back of first. Fletcher back of third. Both of them letting out a hoop and a holler. Gomez calling the plate from behind. Ahead 3-0. Hubb comes in and gets it. The automatic strike. 3-1. Just above the knees. Mellott playing up close by third. Up tries 3-1 and registers. Strike two called. Up behind 3-0. Has thrown his last two pitches right through there. Picked up his cap for a moment, wiped the perspiration off of his forehead. It's a hot, muggy, steaming sort of an afternoon. So he was sitting in the upper deck of a double boiler. Up ready for the 3-2 pitch, aims it. It's swung on and foul tipped back. The first time that Gomez has offered it one. Up this time, first and the last of the sixth. Cue ball put in the way, by way of third baseman Ott. Coming it up, walks calmly over toward the mound. There are two rather cool customers. Ott at third, Hubbell on the mound. Another cool one is Mancuso under that bat. Right side of the infield, talking it up between them. Coffee and Whitehead. To Hubb, an easy swinging stretch. He doesn't wind up. Delivers. Low inside for ball four. Hubbell has given up two walks. Gomez hasn't walked anyone. And both times Hubbell has walked a Yankee. He has dabbed the old baseball axiom that to walk the first batter up in an inning is fatal. And thus Hubbell, by passing Gomez, his opposing pitcher, first up in the last of the sixth, puts the potential tying run on first with nobody out. Now let's see how the Yankees go about trying to get back this one run. One run through the season hasn't meant anything at all to the Yankees. But one run against Hubbell in a short series such as the World Series can mean a lot. But after all, when a ball game's over, one run's a whole lot if you haven't got it. Gomez leading down off first, not very far. Carter straddles the corner against him. Frank Crescenti, the leadoffer's up there. He's been on once with a walk. first inning. Outfield is pulled around toward left. He's right-hand hitter. There's a throw down to first, not in time. Pitch goes fly outside for ball one. Gomez ran down off first a little bit, and when Mancuso took that outside pitch and threw to first, it was cut off by McCarthy, who had run in anticipating a bunt on the part of Crizzetti.